Hey friends, I'm back with another video. Today is going to be about shrouds and how they work, and I'm probably going to go on a little mission while shrouded because hey, what better to demonstrate stuff, not to mention I just want to play the game as always. So here we go, we got Fez here. Fezzelwig is my main character, like you probably already knew because hey, that's what the channel's named after. He is a level 97 Grand Summoner or Mage, and I want to group up with my low level here, which is a rogue who is only level 54, right? How does a level 97 group with a 54? And does the 54 get XP if they do it? Well, like we're gonna take care of that. So this is a Shroud NPC. There are a couple of different ones. Here's one. I think there's another one over here. So I don't know what the difference is between the different ones, but let's see what this one has to offer, if they offer the same kind of things. And maybe they don't, because I hail them and they don't seem to be doing anything. It just says growls at you menacingly. So it could be that this one needs to be unlocked. But there are a couple of different ones here. So let's go to this one because I know this one's unlocked. Because when we hail this one, see, we get this window. This window opens up and it gives us options. So a shroud is something, it's a tool that allows you to group with a friend. So you're high level, you want to group with a low level, use shrouds. So here's our options. We can be an aberration, we could be an animal, an elemental, a goblinoid, a humanoid, a nature spirit, a reptile, or an undead. Okay, these are the different options, and there are subcategories. So under aberrations, you can be an imp wizard, and if you are an imp wizard a lot, you get sort of XP where you unlock other things. So say I played an imp wizard for multiple missions, I might unlock tier 2, which gives me access to Evil Eye Scion. If I play Evil Eye Scion for a while, and I think even if I just keep wanting to play Imp Wizard, eventually I might unlock Evil Eye Sorcerer. And likewise down the line, unlocking Imp Trickster and Gargoyle Fighter eventually. And to my knowledge, the ones that you unlock end up being more powerful than the previous ones. I'm not sure about that part, but so I've been told. Now, I have unlocked the Fairy Wizard, okay, and I have Fairy Trickster, because I've played Fairy Trickster a bunch, and I'm partly way to Spore Wielder, so maybe we'll do that. We'll play the Fairy Trickster a little bit, or maybe the Fairy Wizard. Let's play the Trickster. The Trickster is like an enchanter, because then I can give clarity and stuff to the group, and we want to be level 55. That is the closest thing to match level 54. So you could be a little over, a little under, it doesn't matter, but we're going to be level 55. So you click on the level you want to be, click on the thing you want to be, right? Trickster 55, and that's it. This gives you a list of what abilities you get by being that, and it says equipment that you get, and that's it. And then you hit select monster. Now here's a note. Oh, and this is your stats that you have by being that class and that level and everything. Hit select, and you're gonna see this happen. All your equipment looks like it's gone, but don't worry, it's still on your character. As soon as you remove the shroud, everything comes back to you. One important note, especially if you'd like to use mercenaries, is put at least some of your platinum in the bank, because your platinum is also stuck on your character. You don't have any platinum on your shroud. So what you can do is you drop your platinum in the bank, then get shrouded, then run back to the bank to get some of your platinum so you can pay your mercenary. Because if you're going to keep using the mercenary, you got to keep paying them for the upkeep, right? You will see the alternate advancement window open once you get shrouded. This is your abilities. It works a lot like AA abilities. So you will want to spend your AA points. You got monster points. They're called monster points here for all this stuff. So we want innate run speed. Yes, please. Innate regeneration. Yes, please. And then we want intelligence. Well, yeah, because we're a caster. And combat agility. Sure. Channeling focus. Any kind of, casting focus things you'd like to get. I think it's good to have Dex. We're going to get magic protection, which is like a magic resist. And then the rest, you know, I don't know. I'll put some into agility. I'll put some into charisma because I'm like an enchanter. And oh crap, I should have gotten these too. So I screwed up. So what happens when you screw up? You can have them remove the shroud. So you hail them and it says remove. So let's remove the shroud. I'm going to do it again. And it's all right. It's all right that I screwed up because it kind of shows you what you can do if you do screw up. You can remove it and try again. Because there were some skills, some AA skills that I did not take that I should have. And I wasn't looking. So let's hit select again. So again, we're level 55. So this time we're going to be smart. We're going to make sure we grab spell haste first. Casting subtly, yes. Or subtlety. Reinforcement, yes. Fury, yes. So we want those. Mystical attuning, sure. Mana preservation, run speed. Okay, so we didn't even get all the run speed, but that's all right. That's all right. Now, if we want to be able to have these abilities to use them, I'm going to set up another hotkey. So if you don't know, you can hold shift and then you can press different number keys and see I'm scrolling through my different hotbars. And I already played this character a bunch, so I already have an assist key set up over here for this. I have Swarm of Pain already set up because that is one of my spells I get to cast. But just in case, I'm going to go through them. So a lot of these are passive, right? You know, like innate regeneration and this and that. You've got invisibility that you can cast. You can click on that and then you make a hotkey and then you just put it here on your spell bar or your hot bar. You've got lethargy and it tells you what it does. It places a state of lethargy, slowing their attack for 18 seconds. 18 seconds, that's it. Levitation, Malaise, which is a magic debuff, Mana Bolt, which is a direct damage spell. You've got Pure Thought, which is right here. It is like clarity. You've got Wild Speed, which I believe Wild Speed works like Spirit of the Wolf. Yep, Spirit of the Wolf. Gift of Speed is a haste buff, so you can haste your friends, your allies. Spirit Sending, that is like a gate spell, and it gates you right next to this dude here. So you will be able to gate next to the Spirit Shrouds guy to have them remove the shrouds. And then of course you got Sleep, which is a mesmerize spell, and Swarm of Pain is a dot. So there we go. I have my abilities and all of them were from here. Like I said, you can target it, you click on the skill you want, click on the hotkey, you make a hotkey, you put it in your hotbar, and that's it. So it works just like getting hotkeys for your AAs. You can even make your own macros if you want to cast multiple spells at once or whatever. So now I'm of a good level to group with this character. So see, now they're blue to me. I'm going to do the same thing with a second character. I'm also going to do the same thing with my enchanter here. I'm going to have them also get shrouded. So I'm going to hail this NPC. I'm going to look to see what I feel like playing. So I think I'm going to go with the Goblin Rogue. I've played it a little bit before and it looks like I'm getting a little bit into unlocking an Orc Brute, so why not? Let's play this one some more. We're also going to choose level 55 to match the rogue that we're grouping with. And oh, there is this button here that if you choose to keep your current form, you can just hit keep your current form, or you could just hit the little X to exit out of the window. But yes, I'm going to go for this, and then I'm going to hit select monster, and the same thing happens. You will be able to choose some AAs. So I'm going to choose the run speed, I'm going to choose the regen, I'm going to choose attack speed, combat agility, combat fury, dex, agility, magic protection, poison protection. So I'm going to choose all those. I don't know why I chose mystical attuning on the mage, but I really didn't have to. And again, if I want to, I can make hotkeys for things like throw stone, spirit sending, smoke bomb, lesion or lesion, whatever, however you want to recall that. And hamstring is a skill. Hamstring is like leg cut from like a berserker. It is sort of a snare. So it's like you're a rogue, but you're like this weird hybrid rogue that has some unusual abilities. Also, since this is a rogue, you can go here to combat, the combat page of actions here. So, you know, you've got like your find button and everything, and here you have your, you know, skills like begging and sense heading and all that, and then here you got your combat. So now that I'm a rogue for now as a shroud, I have access to backstab or disarm or intimidation, and I can put it here in any of these buttons. So I could choose backstab, for example, to be right there. And of course, once you're not a rogue no more, you won't be able to use backstab anymore. So I already have these set up from a previous time where I was shrouded. So I'm going to leave those right there. I'm happy with how they are. And I'm going to just change this to assist main and / attack on to make sure that attack comes on. Then I gotta run over here to the bank and grab my money because I want to have mercenaries. There we go. You see where I left my money. You still have access. You just don't have access to the shared bank. So keep that in mind too. No shared bank for shrouds. So now that I have my money, I can unsuspend my mercenary. And here we go. We have my cleric mercenary. And they will buff you like a cleric of level 55. They actually will scale to match your level. So if they were normally 95 or something, or 85 or 70, they will now become 55 or whatever level you have shrouded down to. So I am going to buff up the group here, and then we're going to go on a little mission. I figured we would just do a nice Lost Dungeons of Norath or something. I'm also going to make sure that I set my main driver here, which is Naya, the rogue here, as main assist. I'm going to set Fezzelwig's tank as the main tank, and we have a cleric merc, so we're all set. And we're just going to head over here and use the Freeport Stone, and then we're going to head to the tunnel and just grab a nice Lost Dungeons mission at level 55-ish. Now, for some reason, my enchanter is running really, really slow. It appeared like my 2 shrouds were running very slow, but it turned out that my rogues had a bard run speed buff, so they were just running incredibly fast. There are a few downsides to playing a shroud. One of them is that a shrouded character cannot use a mount, and that is a pretty big minus right there. It just absolutely sucks that they cannot equip or ride mounts because I guess they just never bothered to make the animation for them. So instead of trying to do that and make it to where they would look good on a mount and be able to use a mount, no, they just blocked it. You cannot use a mount while in this form is what it would say. So it looks like I forgot to grab Fezzelwig's money, so I will have to give Fezzelwig some of my enchanter's money. But that's okay. Fezzelwig has given my enchanter plenty of money in the past. Because as you see, my tank went and left the group because he didn't get paid. But he's back now, so I'm going to have to set him as main tank again. That's pretty funny. I can't believe I put his money in the bank, but I just forgot to grab it. And we're already here now, so we're not gonna waste time by trying to run back there and grab it. So we're just gonna go with a risk high mob count adventure. Gonna request it's just kill 50 whatever creatures you confront. So accept. Nice. So that's like as easy as you can get, just a straight 50. And fortunately, you can still use these guys as long as you still have your stone. You see, even though it doesn't look like I have my adventurer stone, I can still use this and go to South Row because I have it. It just doesn't look like it's on me right now. So that is one feature that I like, at least, that if you want to do some Lost Dungeons of Norath and you're using a couple of shrouds, they can still use the Magus. They're not screwed over in that regard. All right, everything else is good. So we're going to head on in here and get this mission underway. And it may not seem like it, but your shrouded characters do earn experience points. Of course, a level 95 or something like that, grouped with a 55, the XP they end up receiving isn't going to look like much at all. So don't expect that you can be like level 100, shroud down to like level 10, where it's easier to get XP, and think that you kill a bunch of stuff and then you're going to make 2 or 3 levels when you go back to your regular self at level 100. That's probably not going to happen. A lot of times when I'm getting shrouded to make a group, I will set my AAs to 100%, especially if the character is like really high level, because it does seem like you'll get more AA XP and a couple of AA points by doing missions shrouded than just trying to earn straight up XP. So of course I've got my assist keys on, and I've got it to where my guys are attacking, and I have my mercenary there as the main tank. And it looks like I need to set up some of my keys here. I had updated my UI and I forgot that I needed to put backstab back here along with disarm and intimidation. Alright, it looks like I have a bow and arrow, so I'm going to try to pull with that. This silly guy is hiding behind that rock over there. I just didn't want to get too many all at once. Oh, it looks like my assist key has me sitting down. Well, that's not good at all. I don't need to be sitting down. I'd rather take breaks for mana reasons than have my guys sit down. I don't know why I did that. I might have been playing them somewhere where I was pulling mobs to them. So I'm going to check this again on both of these shrouded guys and make sure that they're not going to be sitting down. Okay, they're not. I don't normally use a bow and arrow with a rogue, but this one is just one I made to sort of mess around with, so I'm not too worried about it. I can always work on their throwing skill later on. But as you see, the shrouds are working just like anything else. I'm getting experience for being here. Oop, we got another one over here. I thought he was one of my guys, because as you see, you know, I have a goblin too, but my goblin's green. This guy's brown or tan or khaki. I don't know what the hell color he is. So something I can also do is I can set up sense traps over here and disarm traps. So I'm going to go over here to this trap, hit sense traps and disarm trap. I guess I wasn't able to do it. I'm going to try it one more time and see if it works. Okay, I managed to disarm the trap. I'm not even sure what my skill is at. Okay, fortunately, I have been working my disarm traps on this character. It's at 200, so it's currently maxed out. So yes, one of the great things about being a rogue and going on Lost Dungeons, you do have the ability to sense and disarm traps in this dungeon, and these dungeons are always full of these traps. Now, there is one thing that I'm curious about, and that is if my shrouded rogue is able to use regular rogue poisons. I also want to see if the shrouded enchanter can use poison, because normally, I mean, even a caster can use the regular poisons. Oh, I should probably switch to the medic on everybody, because he's going to keep on healing these guys. So once I kill these two off, I'm going to give my other shrouded characters some poison and see if it works. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to come here and just do this experiment. Yeah, see, always go after the cleric. That way you don't have anybody healing everybody else. So I have level 55 poison. I'm going to give this character, Lorelei, the level 55 poison. But just in case, I have some of these too, Spider's Bite, which can be used by anybody. So I'm going to try those two and see what happens. So first, let's see if I can activate this poison. You are not the proper race to use this item. I'm not the proper race. Really? It says all races. Races all. You see what it says here, and you're saying I'm not the proper races, and it says races all. That's a big bunch of crap. What about Spider's Bite? I can't use Spider's Bite either. Oh, that's really stupid. You should at least let me use Spider's Bite because I know that at least Shrouds can use potions. And how is that any different than potions? Tell me. I'd like to know. So, okay, I'm not even going to bother giving the Spider's Bite to the Enchanter or Fez, who's playing an Enchanter right now as that fairy, because I know it's not going to work. If it didn't work on the Rogue, the Enchanter shrouded as a Rogue, then it's definitely not going to work on Fez. So that is so lame. I'm so disappointed. I was really hoping that it would work because I'm like, hey, you know, extra damage. It's funny, the Rogue just so happens to also be a ginger, so it's kind of like a mini me. It's like, see, you know, I'm a human ginger, my little gnome rogue companion is also a ginger. Yay, gingers unite. How many of you are shocked that a rogue cannot use poison? A shrouded, you know, a player shrouded as a rogue. I mean, they can't even use Spider's Bite, which could be used by anyone. That doesn't make sense to me at all. It might just be an oversight. I don't know. Let's go kill the brute, because he's going to keep nuking everybody. Stupid caster. I love casters until I have to fight them. Then I think they're all stupid and I hate them. Not doing a whole lot of damage with this crew. I don't know why. We've got a rogue. I've got a mercenary rogue too. And even Lorelei here shrouded as a rogue. You'd think I'd have plenty of DPS. I know Lorelei's not stabbing from behind, but it's just easier to keep them on auto follow rather than having to move them all around. Oh, it looks like I was giving all my loot stuff to my enchanter instead of looting it myself. Oopsie, they only have the one backpack. They can't really loot stuff. So that's another thing you would always want to consider is if you want to be able to loot items, you might want to grab a couple of extra backpacks to bring with you, or even just get some summoned backpacks. And I believe I just did it again where I gave them all the stuff. So I have to pay more attention to what I'm doing. In my defense, I only got about 4 hours of sleep. I woke up way too early, and when I'm up, I'm kind of just up. It's difficult for me to go back to sleep after that. Oh no, how did I get 2 more aggro? That sucks. 3? What the hell is going on? Why is everybody... Does one of these summon or something? Is he able to call all his friends to come and help? I mean, I guess it's fine. It saves me the trouble of having to run around. So I'm already at 20. I need 30 more, and I've got 74 minutes to go. Pretty sure I'll finish this unless my power goes out, which I don't want to jinx myself. But, you know, I think you only jinx yourself when you say, yes, nothing can stop me now. I'm sure I'll finish this. It's when you get cocky and you're positive that things go wrong. Now, I'm going to compare some stats here. I'm, of course, playing a rogue, and I've got hit points. My hit points is 6187. So let's see what Fez's hit points are as a shrouded rogue. It's only 2435. So, of course, as a rogue or a shroud, you don't have access to defiant gear or equipment, jewelry, nothing. All you can do is get buffs. So know that you're probably going to be a lot weaker as a shroud than you would any normal player who can have the full range of equipment and armor. The one thing that has me curious and why I question how this all works is that I feel like they need to fix this to scale the shrouds up a little bit. They don't have to be exactly or superior to a regular player with full equipment and armor, but it might be a good idea to at least buff them up a little bit so it looks like they're wearing equipment and armor. Because say if you're going to group with a level 85, say you have a max level character at 120 wanting to group with an 85 to help them out, they're your friend, you want to show them around one of the level 80 something zones, well, you're going to have way less hit points than they are probably, because you're not going to have access to all that gear like the abstruse gear. You're not going to have that, so you're going to you're going to be very vulnerable. And I see how that could be extremely frustrating trying to play a shroud to help out a friend. It's probably why a lot of people don't do it at high levels. It's like playing the game at a severe handicap. So I'm at 28 out of 50, doing good so far. One thing I wish I did was wrote down how much XP I had when I was in Plane of Knowledge on the Shrouds, so I could see how much XP I gained, but I think that's not a big deal. I mostly just want to show people how Shrouds work. And as you see, once you got the Shroud, it ends up working a lot like any other class or any other character that you have. It's just a way for you to de-level yourself where you can group up with someone a lot lower level, and that way you can hang out with friends, companions, whoever is maybe newer to the game and hasn't reached your level yet. Oh, it looks like Fezzelwig is completely out of mana, so I might actually give them a short break so they could sit down and meditate. Yeah, their Pure Thought buff is gone also. So I'm going to make sure to give themselves Pure Thought. They're also going to give the Cleric Pure Thought. And I'm just going to let them sit here for a minute. After a little bit of meditation, it looks like we're ready to go. Fezzelwig's still not at full mana, but I'm fine with what they've recovered so far. Ooh, this guy's yellow to me. So I got 1.789 XP for that kill. I got 1.651 for that kill, and I don't think it shows XP. Oh, it does show the XP I gained. For that kill, I got 0.733% XP. 0.7. Fez never gets 0.7 when I'm killing things normally, so that's crazy. Normally, if Fez is out killing when he's at his regular level of, I think it's 97, 98, 97 probably, he doesn't even get like 0.1%. He usually gets less. So he's getting over a 0.5% per kill here. That's nuts. I don't know if it'll translate well as far as them getting to their next level, but if that's the case, I might shroud more often, because at high levels they made it to where you don't get a whole lot of XP from killing things. They want you to do and complete quests instead, which is kind of frustrating considering that all throughout the game it was basically about killing stuff. It was now they suddenly care about quests. I personally like just randomly killing things sometimes. It's a nice stress reliever, you know? You had a bad day at work, maybe Karen was giving you some shit, you start beating up on the orc, you're like, take that, Karen, I'll show you my manager. Here's my manager. It's my sword. Talk to them. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I've taken out my aggressions and issues from my work day out on some monsters now and then while playing EQ. Have you guys ever done that? Have you ever just had a real crap day? You get home, turn on the computer, play some EQ, kind of pretend everybody you're fighting is somebody who pissed you off that day. This is why I encourage people to play video games. I feel like it can be very therapeutic. We all have our crap days, folks. There's always that one person, that Ken or Karen in our lives that we would just love to bludgeon with a splintering club, but we can't. At least we shouldn't. So do the next best thing and just do it in a video game. It's like perfectly allowed and you're not harming anybody, and I think you feel better. I'm still tickled that it gave me a ginger gnome to match my own hair on this character. That's just great. It's like the exact same color, the exact same tone, because there's a couple of different shades of red, but they just happen to give her the same one. It's just hilarious. These pudgy little boars, man. I mean, are boars really that stout and pudgy, or is that just a model that they gave this game? I mean, obviously, you know, it's a game, it's not real life, but we really do have boars out in the world, and kind of wonder, are they really that round? Because if you look at just a regular pig, they're not like that. They're not like stocky like that in the front. It's pretty much the same all along. It's kind of a long, slim body. I mean, unless it's a very fattened pig or something, but I've seen pigs that look like they've been on the Slim Fast diet, so they're pretty lean looking. I guess they wouldn't make very good pork ribs. I don't know. It's like there's no meat on these bones. So if you're wondering, a lot of the loot here is just vendor fodder. But occasionally you'll get something like this, like a flawed defiant mace, which a caster can use. And if you're wondering, unfortunately, no, you can't give defiant gear or any kind of gear to your shrouds. They can't wear it. They can't put any of it on. They can only use the equipment that you get them with. So an example being like this one, they have this crappy staff, adamantite staff, 40 damage, 33 delay, two-handed blunt. That's it. Race Shroud. So I don't know if there's a place where you can actually buy gear for shrouds. That's sort of an interesting thought. Anybody know about that? Because I sure don't. So if you actually know that there is a way that you can buy equipment that can be used on yourself when you're shrouded to sort of beef you up a little bit, please let me know. I'll look into it. I'll check it out. I would try to educate myself on it and make a video about it, because to my knowledge there's absolutely no way there's no shroud clothes, no shroud gear. But if there is, that'd be great, because that would help. All right, I just got 4 more to kill and I'm done with this adventure. And I think once I get done with this adventure, I'm going to take an old man nap, because I really did not sleep enough last night. So I hope I don't come off too low energy during this video recording. I'm also curious of how the sound turns out on this video, because I've been researching my issue, my reoccurring issue with the popping and cracking sounds during recording. And I did a few things. I've changed a few settings, and I'm hoping that it helps, that it mitigates some of that issue or completely eliminates it if possible, because it's just driving me nuts. And it has nothing to do with the microphone, the quality of the microphone. It's something to do with the computer itself and the hardware and the USB. Happens a lot with USB. So I've been working on that, and I will share my findings, because I think a lot of other people would love to know how to fix the issue when their computer is just not working great with microphones and stuff. And I know that there's some folks out there that say, well, when they do a recording like this, they always want to record their sound on another device, another computer. And I'm like, that just sounds exhausting, because then you got to import that sound back over to your main computer where you do your editing and all that. No thank you. I either do it all on one computer or that's it. I'm done. Adventure was successful. I guess I'll take a quick peek to see if there's anything else in this room to kill. I might not even try to clear out the whole dungeon, because my ass is sleepy and I'm getting a little slap happy. It's a shame, because I normally enjoy these so much, but honestly right now I'm struggling. Alright, well, we completed our mission and I did get some nice XP throughout. I'm going to use Throne of Heroes to head back towards POK with my rogue here, and with the 2 shrouded characters I'm going to use the spirit sending. So check that out. It's just like Gate but worse, because it takes twice as long for it to send you where you want to go. So I still got to do it on this other character, and it's just an insanely long cast time. And now that I've made it back to Plane of Knowledge, I'm going to click on the Shroud person here, Hail, and I'm going to ask them to kindly remove the Shroud. It says I have 7 items in my Shroud bank. Those were items that I looted while I was in the mission, and I could just hit get to get them. Unfortunately, there isn't a way to get them all at once. I wish there was. It seems kind of dumb to have to do it this slow, very slow, tedious way. Yeah, so you really don't want to have to loot things in a dungeon. Hopefully have whoever is playing a regular character loot stuff, because that just sucks. That's just awful, having to loot one thing at a time like that. As far as experience goes, I really don't know exactly how much XP I got, but Again, you do get some XP. Now, before I forget, I want to run to the bank and grab Fez's money because I don't want to be without it. Not to mention, he's got a lot, and I log in with just this much on me. I'm going to freak out and be like, who stole my money? I've been pickpocketed. My bank was stolen. What is going on? So there we are. There's Fez back to normal, back to his own lovable self. And we'll do the same here for the enchanter. We will hail the spirit shrouds person, say remove, and there we go. We are turned back to normal. And oh, there's the the poisons that I could not use, which is ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. So that's it. That's how shrouds work. I hope this video was helpful to you and that you found it interesting and or entertaining. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked the video, you can give the video a thumbs down. Whether you liked or disliked the video, I would love for you to leave a comment. Tell me what I did right in the video or what I did wrong in the video. What would you do to make the video better? If you like what I do here and you would like to support me and support the channel, consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. If we reach 1,000 subscribers by Christmas Eve, December 24th, I have promised to dye the white stripe in my beard bright red in the Christmas spirit. Another way to support the channel is to leave a super thanks. A super thanks is in this little button below here. It's like a mini donation. It's like buying your pal Fez a cup of coffee. We gnomes love our coffee. You can also join the channel as a channel member. Channel members get special perks and privileges, like a link to join our private Discord. If YouTube memberships are not your thing, but you would still like to support the channel, you can join our Patreon. Our Patreon link is located in the description below. Patreon patrons get similar privileges and perks, like a link to join the Discord and ad-free content. I want to thank all of my current YouTube members and Patreon patrons for supporting the channel and continuing to support the channel. You guys are wonderful and you have my gratitude. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.